Annual Renewal Modification of UST Facility Registration Training for NJDEPonline.com. This video will explain how to use the NJDEP Online UST Registration Service, specifically for annual renewals or modifications to your UST facility information. This is the service you should choose if you have received a bill and need to renew your registration, or if information has changed since your last renewal and you need to update the department's records. Most changes, like changes to the facility operator or Class A and B operators, must be updated through the service within 30 days of the change. To add your facilities, click Add Facilities from the My Workspace screen. This will allow you to add all of your facilities, preparing you to complete the service for whichever facility you choose. From here, you can search either by facility name or facility ID number. ID number will give you the facility we're looking for quickly. There are various search options, but the first option, retrieve only those facilities that match the search criteria, will give you the most accurate results. Once you have entered the search criteria you want to use, click Search. Click the checkbox next to the facility you wish to add and click Add Selected Facilities. Alternatively, if you wish to add several at once, you can click Add More Facilities. Repeat this process until you have added all the facilities you wish to add. Your facilities have now been added to your workspace. You are now ready to begin your service. Click UST Registration Services. You can view the instructions and additional UST information using the links provided on this page. When you are ready, click Continue. Choose the radio button next to Annual Renewal Modification of UST Facility Registration. If at any point you need to step away and come back to this service, it will be saved in your workspace. Click Continue. Select the checkboxes next to the facility you wish to complete the submission for. If you do not see your facility listed, you can click the highlighted text, which will bring you to the Add Facilities page. Click Continue when you are ready. If a renewal bill is due, you will be prompted at this time. The UST facility name will be auto-populated. You can make edits if you need to. Click Continue. You will be given the following options when completing an annual renewal or modification submission. Choosing closure will limit the amount of information required later in the service. If you check that you are modifying a specific data point, like UST facility address, you will be prompted to make this change during the service. If you choose registration of a newly installed underground storage tank, or if you answer yes to will this registration include tanks to be put back into service, installer information will be required along with a PDF of the installer certification page. Have this information available to you before you begin the service. You should also have your financial assurance information available to you, as you will be required to enter this information later in the service. You will also need to upload a PDF of your financial assurance mechanism, so be prepared for that. If you choose closure, please have the closure date and closure number available to you. Choose all that apply and complete the fields or correct them if the information displayed needs to be corrected. Click Continue. If you choose a substantial modification updates option, you will be required to input your substantial modification number, as well as check the box for the type of modification that was done. You will be brought to the site information screen. This information will only be editable if you chose that you were going to make changes on the previous screen. Block and lots can be changed, added, or deleted. If you make a change, you must add a comment about why you are making the change. Clicking Map Location will place the coordinates to the site on the block and lot entered. Coordinates can be changed by using the Map feature. You can zoom in and out on the map to change your view. To change the coordinates, click Undo Location, move the red X, and then click Set Location. If the coordinate source type and location reference do not auto-populate, you will be required to enter them. If you are using the map to obtain coordinates, you should choose coordinate source type equals digital image and location reference equals center of site. Once you are satisfied with the locational information, check the box certifying that the information provided is accurate. Click Continue. You will be brought to the US selection screen. Tanks that do not have a green checkbox next to Validated will require additional data to be added. New data included here that was not included on previous versions of the questionnaire include whether or not the tank is dual purpose, whether or not the tank is compartmentalized, whether or not the piping was installed at the same time as the tank, the type of overfill mechanism used, as well as additional choices for tank and piping construction. Click Connected Details for the tank you want to validate. Complete the tank information. Should you need assistance with identifying the type of equipment you are using while completing the tank information screen, please contact your compliance company. If you choose that the tanks are cathodically protected or internally lined, you will be prompted to enter dates of installation and last passing inspection. Choose the tank and piping construction. Complete the tank and piping structure and type of monitoring detection. Complete the additional tank information. If you answered that you will be closing one or more tanks during the service, you should change this tank status to removed or abandoned in place. The closure notice of intent to close number will then become a required field that you must enter. You can obtain this information from your LSRP if you do not know it. You can choose Save and you will remain on the page. If you click Reload Tank, the tank information will reset. Choosing Return to US selection will save your data and bring you back to the US selection screen. Once all data has been populated for the tank, the green checkmark will appear under the Validated column. Here you also have the option of Copy Tank Details and Add New Tank. Both will create new tanks. By clicking Select for Copy and then Copy Tank Details, you will create a duplicate of an existing tank, but will be given the option to change certain data. Tank ID must be entered for each copy. Answer the question, is the tank newly installed? Enter a unique tank number. Edit any other applicable information pertaining to the tank information. Click Return to US selection once you are satisfied. The newly added tank will be available for deletion. Once all tanks are validated, click Continue. You will be taken to the compartmentalized tank selection page. Tanks that are already in the department's database as being compartmentalized will not be made available to edit. If you need to add additional tanks to compartment groups, select the compartmentalized group name from the drop-down menu. A compartment tank is an UST that is divided by one or more bulkheads to create separate compartments. Each compartment is a separate regulated tank requiring separate tank identification. Click Continue once all your compartment tanks are in the correct groups. The financial responsibility information most recently provided to the department will be displayed. Update this information as applicable. The next two slides will provide more detail about required financial responsibility information. Click Continue. Here are the types of mechanisms that will be available for you to choose. They include federal or state facility, which should only be chosen if your facility is federally or state-owned and operated and not subject to financial responsibility requirements. The financial test of self-insurance, which will require the self-insurance form to be uploaded at the end of the service. A guarantee, insurance, a letter of credit, local government bond rating test, local government financial test, local government fund, and local government guarantee, which all require the local government financial test of self-insurance form to be uploaded later in the service. Sump tanks only, which should only be chosen if the only regulated us at your facility are sumps and therefore do not require financial assurance. Surety bond and trust fund. The required information will change based on what you choose. When choosing insurance, the required fields will be your insurance carrier, the name of the insured, the policy number, the effective and expiration date, the limit of liability for each incident, the limit of liability in aggregate, the limit of defense costs, whether or not this policy includes multiple retroactive dates, and the earliest retroactive date listed in the policy. Enter the information according to your policy or other mechanism. If you need assistance when filling out these fields, you should contact your insurance provider. If you choose another mechanism and need assistance in completing the required fields, please contact your financial institution or CFO as applicable. Click Continue when complete. Previously provided data will be auto-populated into the contact window. Click through the blue tabs at the top to enter or edit information for the real property owner, the entity that owns the physical land where the tanks are, the UST facility owner, the entity who owns the tanks, the UST facility operator, the entity operating the tanks, Class A operator, Class B operator, fee and billing contact, the entity that should be receiving annual renewal bills, and the installer. You will also be given the option to insert contacts from your profile information, favorite contacts, or other contacts from the same service. If you are adding a facility operator and the individual is the same individual as the tank owner, please be sure to copy the information from the existing tank owner contact to ensure the contact information is identical. This will ensure you are not asked to provide two certifications for the same individual. You can also add additional contact types as necessary. Choose the applicable contact type from the available contact types dropdown and click Add Contact. You can then enter the contact information or copy from an existing contact. Click the red X if you do not wish to add an additional contact at this time. Once you are satisfied with all the contact information entered, click Continue. You will be taken to the additional contact information screen. Choose whether or not the UST facility owner is a corporation, LLC, partnership, limited partnership, or other form of business. Sole proprietors, government entities, and the like should choose no. If you choose yes, you will be required to enter your 10-digit business entity ID number. You must also do this for both the owner and operator contacts. If they are the same organization, you may choose same as above. You will be asked details regarding the Class A and B operators. If the Class A operator was trained in New Jersey, choose yes. If you have a registration and validation number, choose yes. You will then be asked to enter the registration and validation numbers. If all you have is certification number, choose no. You will then be asked for the ICC certification number. If the operator was not trained in New Jersey, choose no. You will then be asked what state the operator was trained in. At the time of this video, New Jersey only accepts Kansas and Puerto Rico, and those are the only two options available in the dropdown. This may change over time. For the Class B operator, complete the fields in the same manner or choose Same as above if the Class A and B operator are the same individual. If you chose that out-of-service tanks would be returning to service, or that there is one or more newly installed tank early in the service, you will be required to complete the installer information. Both the firm certification number and individual certification number are required. Your installer should provide this information to you. Click Continue once all additional contact information is complete. You will be brought to the attachment upload screen. Click Choose File and choose your insurance policy, installer certification, and site plan from your files. The installer certification is a form that should have been signed by your installer. If you need a copy of the installer certification form, click the Forms Library hyperlink in the blue directional text. For details about what a site plan should consist of, refer to the blue instructional text at the top of the screen. Wait for the green check mark to appear under the status column. This may take a few minutes. Do not refresh the page. You will also have the option to add additional attachments. Choose the desired attachment type and click Add Attachment. A certificate of insurance or endorsement should be added if this is not included as part of your insurance document. Ask your insurance provider if you have questions about this. If you accidentally add a non-required document and no longer wish to upload it, you can delete any non-required documents by clicking the red X under the Remove column. Once you are satisfied with the attachments that have been uploaded, click Continue. You will be brought to the certification page. Select your correct position according to the drop-down menu. If you are not the facility owner or operator, but have been contracted to complete the service, but not certify on behalf of the owner or operator, you should choose Third Party. If you are not the facility owner or operator, but have been authorized to act as his or her signator, you should choose Facility Owner or Facility Operator as applicable. Click Continue. You'll be prompted to answer your challenge question. Enter the response you entered when creating your account and click Submit. This may take a minute to verify. You will then be prompted to enter your certification PIN, which was created when you created your account. Enter your PIN and click Certify. This may take a minute. You will now be brought to the payment summary screen. You will be given the option to pay by either credit card or e-check. There is a service fee if you choose to pay by credit card, but there is no fee for paying by e-check. This video will go through how to pay by credit card. You will see the transaction detail and summary. Scroll down. Enter the customer information and scroll down and click Next. Enter your credit card information. Click Next. You will be taken to the payment confirmation screen. Click Continue. You will be brought to the summary page. Review the information and click Return. At this point, you will be brought back to your workspace. If the owner and/or operator did not certify in the last step, an email has been sent to him or her requiring certification. The next user should first add the facility to his or her workspace using the steps detailed in the beginning of this video. He or she will then click Add Additional Certification Service in order to complete the certification process. You'll be brought to the Additional Certification Required screen. All submittals that require certification will appear here. Click the PDF icon to open the PDF summary of the submission. Once the PDF has been opened and reviewed, the blue ribbon will appear under the Certify column. All submissions must be signed by the owner and operator. If the owner and operator are the same individual, only one certification is required. If a third party has completed the service, both owner and operator will need to log into their account and certify. If you are not the owner or operator, but have received authorization to act as signatory, you may certify using your own account on behalf of the owner or operator. If this is the case, you must have submitted an authorization form during the attachment upload process. You will be prompted to answer your challenge question. Enter the response you entered when creating your account and click Submit. You will then be prompted to enter your certification PIN. At this point, you will be taken back to the summary page. The service is now complete. Registration and billing staff will reach out to you with any questions regarding your submittal.